Hey y'all, it's Friday afternoon, and as promised, I'm gonna give you the story of my very first match. My very first match was in Pensacola, Florida, against Achy Breaky Kid, and I won. Thank you for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm just kidding. Listen, it was September 10th, 1999, which was a Friday. My grandmother wasn't doing too good. She passed away that morning. We were all at the hospital, and Tommy Martinelli brought me into this business. He and T Wolf were having a show that night in Houma at East Park, and I was set to go down there and help them set up and help them work security, and just like a good little wrestling trainee boy should do. Anyway, I called Tommy and said, "Hey, look, my grandmother passed away, but I'm still coming." He goes, "Bride," he goes, "Stay home." I said, "No," I said, "I'm good." I said, "My family," I talked to my mom. She said, "Listen, just go do what you have to do, and then we'll grieve and do all grievances at the funeral and everything." I said, "Okay, fine." So I went down there anyway, and of course it was on my mind the whole time that my grandmother had passed. But we went through the show, had a good time. On our way home that night, we kind of talked a little bit, me and Tommy, and we went back to his house. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. We got back. And he told me, he's like, "Look, your family's here, stay here. We'll get up in the morning, cook some breakfast, and we'll figure out what we're going to do for the day." And I said, "All right." So at this point in time, I only had maybe 3 training sessions under me. I said, "Let's go train." He goes, "We may do that." I said, "Okay." We trained in one of his friends had a kickboxing ring in a garage. And that kickboxing ring felt like it was cement every time you took a bump. That's a story for another time now. Anyway, so he said, "Listen," he goes, "there's a show in Pensacola, Florida tonight that some friends of mine are putting on, and maybe we'll go take a ride out there and go check them out, and you can see that side of it, a different side of the business." I said, "All right, cool." So we go, and the whole ride there, man, he is giving me the third degree. Listen, Armstrong's going to be there. Paul Barrett's probably going to be there. The Samoan's probably going to be there. Just make sure you don't lose your mind and act like an idiot in front of these guys. I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm good. So we get there, and of course, we get in the locker room, and Bud Collins, who owned the promotion, brought us in the back, and I got to see everybody. I'm like, man, this is cool. It's people that I've seen on TV my whole life. I was sitting in this locker room. I'm going, damn, that's crazy. That's cool. Anyway, the booker, Al Savage, he walks up to Tommy and says, "Hey, brother, did you bring your gear?" And Tommy's like, "Of course I did. Go get it. I need you." So he went and got it. And in the meantime, Tommy gets back, and I'm just sitting there and, "Hey, brother, what can your boy do?" My eyes got wide. Tommy's like, "He can't do anything." And I'm like, "I can't do anything. Dude, I just know how to lock up and bump. That's it. That's all we need you for. Come on, Tommy." Tommy's like, "No, I don't want this. If he gets hurt with 2 training sessions under his belt, it's coming on me. No, I don't want him to get hurt." Because, "Brother, we're not going to hurt him. What we want to do, it's going to be 5 minutes tops." So he talked Tommy into doing it, and Tommy talked me into doing it. But I'm shaking like a leaf. I was nervous. So the music guy comes up to me, Travis. He was not a music guy, but he was collecting music, and I think he was the ring announcer that night. Travis comes to me and he's like, "What's your music?" "I don't have music." "Where's your gear?" "I don't have gear." "What's your name?" "Brian." "Your name is Big John from the Redwoods of Alabama tonight, and you're coming out to Sweet Home, Alabama." "Yes, sir." So that's what I did. I wrestled a guy named Achy Breaky Kid, Tyrone. May he rest in peace. He passed away a few months ago, and I got to see him at Mountain Man's funeral a few months before then, and we got to reminisce a little bit and how I appreciated what he did for me in the first match. But anyway, we get out there, man, and as soon as my music hit, my mouth goes dry, everything goes blank. I'm a nervous wreck. My stomach starts turning. I'm shaking like a leaf. I walk out the curtain and I go to the left. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm walking in the crowd. I didn't even stay in the barricade. I had no clue where I was going. Finally, I get myself in the ring, and I'm just like a deer in the headlights. So bell rings, we lock up. He breaks me off, cuts me down a couple times, pulls me over to the bottom rope, tells me to stay. He's hammering me on the bottom rope. His manager reaches in his pocket and grabs powder and throws it in my eyes. I get up, got powder in my eyes. It stung. He rolls me up, schoolboys me. 1, 2, 3, match is over. Beats me. He gets up, starts celebrating, hugging his manager and everything, and I get up and the referee looks at me and says, "Where'd that come from?" I said, "His manager threw powder in my eyes." Oh, man. Reverses the decision. I win by DQ. How you like them apples? So, man, it was, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was cool. So, but the thing is I never got to train in a training session after that. Everything was ever since after that, everything all hell broke loose. I was on every show. I had to learn through my matches. I never went to a school with a bunch of other guys and trained with a bunch of other guys like everybody does now. I learned through my matches. My first few years were horrible. I was scared to death my first few years. But, yep, that was my first match. Pensacola, Florida, September 11th, 1999. I wrestled Achy Breaky Kid. His name was Tyrone Holly, and we had a really good time. And I had a blast that night. I was in a t-shirt, I was in a pair of basketball shorts, and tennis shoes. I had no gear. That's the story. Hope y'all enjoyed it. It's about 7 minutes in, and my beer is starting to get hot. Thank y'all. Please like, share, do whatever you got to do. Like I said, I'm new at this. Let's have some fun with this. Y'all message me and let me know some other things that I could talk about. I got a list, but just let me know. Let me know some things. Later.